Hey, I think most of you out there are already aware that I have made it my goal in life over the last couple of weeks to raise money to fight 1639 here in the state of Washington. I want to kick Bloomberg's butt back from the West Coast back to the East Coast where he belongs. And I want to kind of wall him up there in New York City. I don't even want him messing with the rest of the East Coast. But we've been raising funds to do this, and it's been very successful. Now, if you want to donate, I'll tell you where to go here. You go over to GoFundMe and look for the 1639 Legal Defense Fund. Now, that's easy to find. I'll put a link to it down here below in the video description, and I'll put a link in the corner up here. Now, if you've been paying attention, you know that I have called out certain groups as we've gone along. Well, the main group I called out were other gun channels. You know, gun channels my size or larger. I asked them to step up and be part of the solution, at least do as much as I'm doing, and donate money to the cause. I donated $500 out of my own pocket. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying it to challenge other people. You can't challenge people unless you show that you stepped up yourself. But very few gun channels actually took the challenge. Very few. Really disappointing number. Most of the big channels didn't take it at all, although they're pretending like they don't even know what's going on as they're deleting all the comments in their comment section about people challenging them to do it. So they know. They just don't want to be part of the solution because there's nothing in it for them. But there have been some channels that have stepped up here, and I want to go ahead and name those channels before I make a different challenge today. Let's see here. We had Milcert Mike stepped up. Iraq Veteran, 88888888. Military Arms Channel, Guns and Gadgets, Caldeon Noir, Fire Mountain Outdoors, The Armed Gardener, Never Enough Ammo, Grand Thumb, Liberty Doll. Those are some of the ones that stepped up. Now, I might have missed one or two here because I don't really have a real-time list of channels that donated. But those are the main channels that we can verify right now that have donated. And I want to say thank you to them. But mostly I want to say thank you again to the people who aren't a big channel, because that challenge was just for the big channels. It wasn't for individual people out there. I think the individuals do enough. You know, most individuals out there are doing as much as they can already, whereas some of these big channels just don't do shit other than advertise products and make profit and blah, blah, blah. But even though I was challenging them and very few of them stepped up, kudos to the ones that did, and especially kudos to all the civilians, I guess we'll call ourselves, which I consider myself one of. I'm definitely not one of the inner circle gun people on YouTube. We stepped up and made a big difference, raised a ton of money to fight 1639. So thanks once again for that. But now today, after I've called out gun channels on YouTube, today I want to call out businesses and that's my watch dinging, and it's Forged from Freedom, and I'm not going to answer it right now. Today I want to call out businesses in the state of Washington that are gun retailers. They manufacture parts for guns or, lowers, whatever, who are in the state of Washington or do business with the state of Washington and who have not donated. Now, there have been a couple companies that have already stepped up and donated, like Safe Fire, Tracker Safes, Clark Rifles, but it's few and far between. And I mainly want to challenge a lot of businesses out there, and I'm not going to name them by name, but there's a lot of you out there talking a good talk, but aren't doing anything to actually fight. It's like you're wanting to take credit for what's being done when you haven't donated a dime or spent 2 minutes doing anything for the fight. And I think a lot of you know who you are. Maybe I'll name names next time. But for right now, I just want to challenge this little list here. Now, I know this is going to be a boring video, me reading a list. But pay attention to the list, because if it's a business that you do business with, ask them, hey, have you stepped up and become part of the solution yet? Let's go through the list here real quick. Rainier Arms. I know a lot of you buy stuff from Rainier Arms. Ask them. Say, hey, have you stepped up? Arrow Precision, same thing. Do it for them. Gray Ghost Precision. Fortis Manufacturing. Fortis Manufacturing. This is written really small here to get it all on one page, and my eyes ain't so great. Tactical Dynamics. Feel free to contact Fortis or Fartis Industries to see if they'll donate. Did I say English Pit? English Pit. Cascade Firearms. Northwest Armory. If you're in this area and you shop at Northwest Armory, say, hey, when are you going to donate to the fight against 1639? Keith's Guns, same thing. It's Keith's Sportings, Keith's Sports or something like that. I don't think they actually name it Keith's Guns. Kurt's Discount Guns, Wade's East Side Guns, Oregon Rifle Works, West Coast Armory, Welcher's Guns, Federal Way Discount Guns, Skagit Arms. I don't ever saying that word. But that's the way it's written. East County Guns, Jan Beagle Rifle Company, Surplus Arms and Ammo, Limitless, Sportsman's Warehouse. That's a big company here that hasn't donated anything. Big Five Sporting Goods. They got some stuff to make up for if they want to try to appease people, so maybe they should donate. Bob's Sporting Goods. Gators Guns. Lexington Hardware. Fred's Guns. Linwood Guns. Low Price Guns. Rev Arms. Talos Tactical. West Knoll Gun Shows. Big Top Promotions, Brimstone Gunsmithing, Bimart. Bimart sells a lot of gun and gun stuff to people, so they should donate. Cabela's, of course, you think they would have stepped up by now, but nope, they don't want to take a part. They don't want to take a side in this, I guess. You know how big companies are. That's why I always say don't ever trust big companies to be your source of buying guns, because they will turn on you in a second. Bass Pro Shops, same thing. Big J's, Ording. I don't know, I guess it's in Ording. The Range in Yakima. Adventure Sports in Linwood. Double Eagle Pawn in Spokane. Ranch and Home in Kennewick. Outdoor Emporium in Seattle. And Far West Sports in Seattle. Like I said, those are the names of the people we're directly challenging. But if you have a gun business in the state of Washington or one that does business with the state of Washington, definitely I'm challenging you too, even if I didn't name you by name. Now, I'm hoping a lot of these people step up so we don't have to name any names, because so far there's already been a lot of, drama in this whole experience here that we're doing, this whole fundraising event, I guess you would call it. So, like I said, already challenged gun channels, very few stepped up. Let's see if the businesses can do any better.